T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to The Twisted 10, bringing you original and unique, host-created top 10 lists, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida, with hosts Tach Van Sickle and Adam Poston.
And welcome to The Twisted 10. I am your Twisted host. My name is Twisted Tach. Across from me is...
You are Twisted Tach, that's for sure. Hey, I'm Adam.
And we also have a guest in here with us today, Adam. It is shockingly, surprisingly, we have, yet again...
Andrea Joy. It's my first time here.
Oh, well,
I'm excited to see what you guys have to offer me in the studio.
You need to do another list. You need to provide us another Twisted 10 list,
All right,
by the way.
I'll do another list.
All right.
I'll do it next week if you want me to.
Okay.
Oh, that's your turn.
Sweet.
I'll do it after Adam's turn.
That gives
We
me
also
two
have
more.
another guest might be coming in next week as well. So
Sweet.
Ooh.
Our boy Jimmy?
yeah,
All
Jimmy
right.
Klein. Hopefully, if we can plan
Schedule.
it right. Yeah. So last week I gave you a little teaser.
Yes, you did.
And I said, what was it? The crystal ball.
Crystal Ball.
Wizard of Oz.
You figured it out. No.
Gypsies. The fair. The carnival. The fair. Ooh, I like this. Maybe we should start just trying to guess the teaser and see if we can get your top 10 list. Where else do you see crystal balls?
Psychics?
Crystal stores?
She's on her way.
Psychics.
Oh, the top 10 twisted professions that are hokum.
Pohokum?
Hokum is the word H-O, but I was going to say podunk, but
Pohokum. I like it, Pohokum.
No.
oh, damn.
Okay. Do you guys give up?
I
give
guess.
Okay, so this week's top 10 list is, well, I don't really have a title for it, so it's like when television and movies predict the future.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. I like it. So, seeing into the crystal ball, seeing into the future.
Yes,
Ah,
yes.
okay.
It's close to
So-
the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, so apparently some writers can predict the future, predict future events, and they write them into stories on television and movies, and they become true.
Sweet.
So I'll give you a little taste, starting with number 10.
Is there a twist in this at all?
No twist.
No
I
twist.
apologize.
Okay, that's all right. All good.
And another thing I apologize too is I'm getting over a cold. So.
That just makes your
Pshaw.
voice sexier.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I like
yeah.
it.
Deep and
yeah.
raspy and
Yeah.
sexy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, got a boner.
Okay, so I do apologize. I'll be coughing a lot. So here we go.
That's all right.
So number 10 comes to us ironically, from Quantum Leap.
Ooh, I love that
Ooh.
show.
Scott Bakula.
Indeed.
And what's the guy's name? He was just on another show I like to watch too. The dude that was inside the handset that would follow him around. Do you know who I'm talking about? I don't remember that guy's name. It's unimportant.
Are you talking about the guy, his name on the show, or the actor's name?
Yes, to both of them.
Oh. In the show, his name is Al.
Al, that's right.
So, but, Okay, so let's get into it. So, in an episode which aired on January 17th, 1990, Al mentions to Sam Scott Bakula, that he had just been watching Super Bowl 30, which wouldn't be played for another 6 years.
Okay.
In the TV show, Sam says he was watching the Pittsburgh Steelers play, and of course, 6 years later, the Steelers did play in Super Bowl 30. And even more, Sam says that they were trailing by 3 points, and wouldn't you know it, they did trail by 3 points throughout most of the game.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So that's that. Nothing too exciting, but,
Creepy.
these aren't in any particular
Owl
order,
knows.
but some of them get a little much more coincidental and pretty shocking.
Huh. Okay.
So, number 9, moving on.
Number 9.
Number 9. AT&T did a series of commercials back in 93. They were called the You Will campaign.
The You Will?
Yeah, what they would do is, it was actually, I watched a few of them on YouTube, and I actually remembered seeing them way back then. They would, AT&T would just talk about what they have in store for the future, or what the future has in store for all of us, whatever. And it was actually voiceovered by Tom Selleck.
Really?
Yeah.
Old mustache himself.
Yeah. So it would just show things like, have you ever wondered what it would be like to, or have you ever been in a business conference, barefoot? Have you ever, and it shows a guy like basically doing something like Skype, like in his office or at home or on the beach or something, and it just says, you will, kind of a thing.
This is in 93?
Yeah, so what is it? In AT&T ran a series of commercials that would show what could possibly be in store for us in the future. The ads show everything from touchscreen tablets to video conferencing. So, and it was pretty neat because it was the touchscreen tablets look pretty much like they do now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and it was just like, wow, it's just awesome just to see it. So
that was
so
about
futuristic back then.
right.
So that was about 5 years early for the tablet, really about 8 years early for the tablet, and about 10 years early for video teleconferencing.
What now?
Right, 93?
93?
Oh, no, 20 years.
Yeah.
So 17 years and 20 years. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a little bit more admirable. So when was the first tablet out? Of course, I guess the first series of tablets came out in the form of laptops with touchscreens. And then they had the ones that were the reversible, so you could flip the screen around and close it. That was the first series of tablets. That was probably, 2007 or 8?
No, it was much later than that.
I had one with me in Iraq, and I was there in 10. So I know...
10 sounds about right.
That sounds more right than...
Okay.
Yeah. Because we had one at Aaron's. When I used to work at Aaron's, we had one. So.
Oh, very cool.
Okay, so number 8.
Number 8.
This is from Family Guy. There's actually going to be a couple from Family
Who's
Guy.
Peter?
In an episode which aired on May 20th, 2012, in a kind of a mini episode, Peter Griffin is cursed by everything he touches. Kind of like the Midas, like King Midas, where everything he touched turned to gold. Well, in this one, everything he touched turned to... Are you all right?
Yeah, I was about to sneeze and yawn at the same time. It was weird. My bad.
Everything Peter touched turned into Robin Williams. And, I don't know if you remember this episode.
That's awesome. I haven't seen all of them.
But it was pretty bad. It got to where it was like he had thousands and thousands of everything was Robin Williams around him. So it was just like, hey, it's what I know. Just all these Robin Williams. And it'd be different Robin Williams throughout time.
One from Aladdin, one from Peter Pan.
Then there was one popped up and he'd have a beard and he was like, oh, that's a serious Robin because he has a beard. Or whatever. And so it got to where he was basically surrounded by all these very animated and, Robin Williams. And by the end of the episode, Peter tries to kill himself multiple times. This episode was actually aired on BBC 3 at the exact moment the news broke about Robin Williams' suicide.
Ooh, morbid, taking it down.
Yeah. So...
Oh, that sucks. I met Robin Williams. I know, Tack, you might have seen that photo, but yeah. So when I was in Iraq, he and a group of other comedians plus Lance Armstrong, the biker, for whatever reason, did a tour in Iraq, and they happened to come to Baghdad when I was in Baghdad, and they were in the chow hall or what do they call it? The DFAC dining facility, and we were eating there, and we didn't even actually know that they were there, but we saw a big crowd gathered, so we had our cameras and stuff just in case. And sure enough, there was Robin Williams, and plus a couple of other comedians you would recognize. But they were, dude, it was really shitty. They were all sitting behind a table, facing straight, all 7 of them. Robin was right in the middle, of course. And to get your photo with them, you had to give the COs your camera and then walk behind the table, standing next to your celebrity or whatever. They would take the picture and then they would send you on to the next batch of people would come. So it was really kind of crappy. So I didn't get a good picture that way. So me and my boss at the time, we sniped it. We waited for it. I guess sniping is not a good thing to say in Iraq. We waited for the moment right when they got up to leave. We were going to get up and just do a quick bum rush and say, "Hey, would you mind if we just took a real quick selfie?" Because one of my childhood heroes was Robin Williams. His happened to be Lance Armstrong for whatever reason, probably doping. But I went up and Robin was there, and I went up and held my hand out to shake his hand, which you're not really supposed to do with celebrities, but I did it anyway. And I said, "Mr. Williams, thank you for coming. Can I get a picture with you real quick before you leave?" And he was about to do it, and his manager put his hand on my chest and said, "No, we have to make a flight. We have to be over at another DFAC before they shut down." So I said, "Okay, understood." Well, I said, "Mr. Williams, thank you for coming out here. It means a lot to, all the military and all the contractors out here." And he goes, I like to call him Robin because, I think we're that close. Robin goes, you know what? For this guy, I'm gonna do it. That was a great way to approach me, and I respect that. So he put his arm, he literally snuggled up in me he's a short guy, little guy. And he snuggled up in me and put his arm around me. He was holding onto my big old fat flank in my back. You know, and he took the picture. It was a great picture. It was really, really cool.
Next time I hug you, it'll be like I'm hugging Robin Williams too.
That's right.
He's all hairy.
One of my childhood
Did you get his hair on
favorites,
him?
He was a hairy dude.
Did you get hair on you?
He fit right in on the rack, though.
I got Robin Williams all over me. Oh, God.
That's not the first time I've said that. Usually it's on my belly, though. It's weird.
That's just because I shaved the back. So,
But yeah, there's my Robin Williams story.
No,
Sorry to
that's a cool
hijack
story.
it.
No, that's an awesome story. Great story. He will be missed.
Yes. Back to the list.
Back to the list. Number 7.
Number 7.
All right. We're going to talk about the Jetsons.
meet George Jetson.
Wait.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing Herbie.
The 1980s Hanna-Barbera cartoon featured a lot of visionary gadgets,
Rosie.
including flat-screen TVs, cleaning robots, there you go, video conferencing, moving walkways, and tanning beds.
Tanning beds.
Tanning beds, yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now used pretty much daily, these technologies were unheard of at the time of the creation of the show. So that's pretty neato.
You think in the world of Hanna-Barbera, Rosie ever gave George Jetson a handy just for stress relief? Rosie's the robot.
Yeah, yeah.
Rosie's the hot maid robot.
Yeah.
That could get dangerous, though, with a robot. Can malfunction.
Oil it up enough. I mean, you'll be all right.
Indeed.
I'll show you later.
All
Ooh,
right.
Would be a really kinky, weird outfit for Halloween? I want you to go as a sexy Rosie robot from Jetsons, and I'll be George.
And you can just say, how do I get off this crazy...
Spacely sprockets.
Spacely sprockets. Cogswell Cox. Okay, number 6. is
Number
from
6.
Scrubs. I love this show.
Scrubs. I haven't actually seen
Never
many of those.
Scrubs.
Really?
What?
No.
I've seen them a few, but
Oh
not
my
many.
Is it a
God.
girl show?
No.
No, it's a drama, but it's
It's not a drama, it's a comedy.
Oh yeah, you're right. Scrubs.
Well,
I was thinking ER.
It does have some touching moments in
Grey's
it. They do-
Anatomy is a drama.
Yeah.
No,
This
Scrubs
is a comedy, but like they do, it's very smart, and it does pull on your heartstrings in a lot of the episodes.
Very well written.
Like
It received a lot of awards.
Yeah, extremely well written. A lot of doctors say that it's the closest thing to actual real medicine.
Oh, wow. That's
It's like
cool.
the only show, the closest show to it. Very good show. Oh my God. Watch it it's on Netflix. Start it from episode 1 and go all the way through. You won't be able to stop. But in 2007, the world was still on a manhunt searching for Osama bin Laden.
Yes.
In an episode of Scrubs, which aired on February 1st, 2007, the janitor, which you don't know who the janitor is, but that's his name, and that's kind of a joke throughout the whole series because you never know his name. The janitor says to JD, our main character, he says, in my opinion, we should be looking for bin Laden in Pakistan.
Oh, no kidding.
And sure enough, in 2011, bin Laden was found, and shot in the head on his compound in Pakistan.
Wow.
Oh, that's weird. In the episode, did he reference any reasons why he thinks Pakistan?
No, that's what makes the line so great and the character so great, because the janitor character is just so mysterious. Like,
He's just very vague.
it's just like, that's all he said, and he was just like, because he said it out of nowhere, and everybody like,
I wonder if when it really happened,
and he's like, I don't know.
if the writers of that show were like, oh my God, we got it right.
Yeah.
Of course,
Apparently, Zach Braff, who plays JD in the show, actually, as soon as that happened, he actually caught a clip of that show and then posted it immediately, like that clip from the show.
no shit.
On his website and was like, check it out. Like we called it,
That's odd.
All right, so that was number 6. So we're going to take a little break.
Vape break it is.
But when we come back, I hate to do it this
Dun,
way.
dun, dun.
I hate to do it this way, but this is how I got to do it, Adam.
You motherfucker.
We'll hear about a conspiracy that you definitely will blow your mind and how accurate. I know it sounds cheesy, but this is actually true. It will
right.
blow your mind how accurate it is.
You're feeding the troll at this point. I love that kind of shit.
The anticipation is killing me.
All right, we'll be right back.
I can feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. Oh, I can feel my face when I'm with you.
And welcome back to the show.
Whoop, whoop.
Did everybody have a nice little break?
Oh, yes.
Kind of a long one. I had
It was an
some
extensive break.
issues.
I made Rice Krispie treats.
G'day, issues.
I turned it like Forrest Gump or something. I had issues.
I had issues.
I had issues with my stand. My mic stand is like
I have
almost
to
16 years
urinate.
old. It's like years old.
So your stand is 16 years old? Is it
Yeah.
the same age you prefer to date? Is that
Oh, God. But anyway, so what are we talking about? We're talking about movies and television that have predicted the future.
you want to hit the top 10 or the top 5 of
Let's
the
hit the
top
top
10 you already did?
So we talked about Quantum Leap in their Super Bowl 30.
Yep.
AT&T with their You Will campaign. Family Guy, which talked about Robin Williams' suicide or death.
Yep.
The Jetsons with all their technology. And Scrubs predicting where Osama bin Laden was hiding.
It's a bad thing. I was thinking about this during the break. It's a good thing that the Back to the Future didn't predict the future with regards to the Cubs in the World Series of 2015.
It was close, though, right?
Yeah, they got into like and forgive me, I don't know baseball, but they got into like the top
I'll
8
believe you if you say
contenders
right.
or something like that. They were in the playoffs or the finals or whatever the fuck they call them in
Yeah.
baseball.
The World Series.
The diamonds. The everybody stands around and does nothing except for 10 seconds of an inning.
Right. So, we're going to talk about number 5.
Number 5.
Which is, no surprise to anybody, really Star Trek.
Oh yeah,
So,
no doubt.
Star Trek has predicted many technologies such as flip phones, tablets, cell phones, handheld computers. Also, in 1967, William Shatner references in an episode about the moon landing in 69. Even though it hadn't happened yet, it was 2 years before.
Oh really?
But Star Trek's supposed to take place in the future.
Yeah.
So he references, oh yeah, we did the moon landing in 69.
I watch a lot of. Well, I used to watch a lot of Star Trek. I haven't in a while, but I love the tablets that they use. I mean, the combination of buttons that they push are a little bit odd. So to dissect to that level is a little bit too much. But I'll tell you what, I want a tricorder. Something that can read environmental variables,
Right.
patient
I was going to
variables.
put that in here because I kept seeing that, but I didn't know what the hell that was.
The
So I was-
tricorder?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in Star Trek, the little thing they flip up, well,
Yeah.
it can do everything from examining the compounds in a wall to telling me what kind of cancer a person has in a patient inside the, medical staffing room,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, talked about that, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't
we
think
don't
you-
actually have that now, though, Tach.
Oh,
That doesn't
okay.
really
I
exist.
thought it was an app on my phone. I'm looking for it.
No,
of course not.
Not quite. That'd be
But
pretty
they
cool.
predicted it. Maybe we'll do this podcast in
Maybe.
10 years and we'll reference
Well,
that.
I mean, yeah, a lot of these things I think
Wait a
is...
minute. If we're still doing this podcast in 10 years, we've done something very wrong.
Why?
Why?
I mean, right?
No, that means
don't
we've
wanna
done
do it?
something very right. 10 years
Oh.
later, there's that many people loving it, listening to
Wow,
it.
10 years later. So that's one a week, 52, let's say 50 a year. That's 500 top 10 lists.
That means we can do the
Oh.
Twisted 10 year, one per year, 10 years of the Twisted 10. Pick one from each year in one episode.
All right. We'll go with that.
So we'll do that. So
Just
on
to-
that
just
date...
nod
of that
next
I
to
remember that.
anniversary-
Let me write that
yeah,
down.
remember that.
Just think
Perfect.
our son will then be 10 if we had him now.
Her daughter?
No daughters. I only shoot boys.
Whoa, what?
I only make girls.
That did come out a bit
It's
wrong.
going to make a weird baby.
Oh, you guys are going to have a...
We're going to have our very own
The best
little
of
Bruce
both
Jenner.
worlds.
Our very own Catelyn Jenner. All right. Sorry, Tach.
It's all good. So let's move on to number 4.
Number 4.
There's a silent movie that came out in 1929. It's called The Woman in the Moon. And I actually watched it on YouTube.
Was her
today.
name Alice?
I don't know.
To the moon, Alice.
In 1929, this silent film shows people blasting off into space in a multi-stage rocket. So they already have the concepts there. I don't know. They must have it says it predicted the future, but they must have already been some
What was the
testing of that kind of thing already.
where a person is lifted into space? I don't think so. But what about ordinances? When did the first satellites and the first?
Definitely not 1929.
The space program didn't
So-
get started till the 60s, but
Right.
maybe there were programs that launched satellites before that.
Not in the 20s.
Not in 29.
I'll tablet this real quick. Let's see if we can't figure this one out.
So, I mean, that one just seemed way too close to, like, way too accurate to be like, well, they must have, in 1920, they must have been, like, some sort of, like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Testing or...
Schematic?
Something, like, they I think they already knew what they were gonna do, you know what I mean?
But that was so early.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking almost 50 years early.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's crazy.
That's just a dream in someone's head.
Yeah. A lot can happen in 50 years. Think
Right.
about it now, 50 years ago.
All right, Tach. So I did a search and pulled up a wiki page actually on multi-stage rockets. So under history and development, an illustration and description in the 14th century from a Chinese manuscript called the Heilongjing.
What's that?
Did you get that?
No. So what was that?
By a writer named Jay Alvarez. Shows the oldest known multi-stage rocket. This was the Fire Dragon issuing from the water. That was the name of it. Quote, Fire Dragon issuing from the water. So, yeah, the designs aren't, so back 1300 through 1350 was the first design that we have known record of.
What does it say about the water? What does that mean?
I don't know. That's just what they call the capsule or the rocket itself. It was called where did it go?
Well,
The Shalonglong Ding?
Yes, the Shalongding. Shalongding Dong.
Yeah, well, the reason why I asked that is because in the silent film, the rocket was actually in the water.
This one's called the Fire Dragon issuing from the water. That was the quote, or the name of it, used mostly by the Chinese Navy. This was a two-stage rocket that had a carrier or booster rockets that would eventually burn out, yet before they did, automatically ignited a number of smaller rockets. Blah, 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 blah. So from the Navy, I guess they would be launching it in the water, so maybe.
Well, this wasn't like completely submerged. It was just like if I know people
I would be willing
can't see, but
I would be willing to bet
here.
the Chinese didn't have it submerged either. I'd be willing to bet it was off some wooden ship above water.
Right.
I don't think submarines existed back then, but hey, we could be wrong. 1300.
Well, they're too small to submerge it too deep.
Whoop.
That may have been the funniest thing I've ever heard you say. An Asian joke. You get it? They're too small to submerge it too deep.
Right. Don't worry about hitting the back. I've only done it once. Yeah. It's a Family Guy quote.
Back to
okay, so
back to your list.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Speaking of Family Guy, we're back to Family Guy again.
Who's Peter?
On an episode of Family Guy in 2009, they refer to Bruce Jenner having become a woman.
Yeah, I saw this on I don't know, one of the comedy stations that they reference that old one. Yep.
Yeah, they refer to her as, quote, an elegant, beautiful Dutch woman.
Yep. And this is back way before any of this controversy came out. Way before.
Yeah. So that's all I have on that one.
Okay,
So,
yeah, that's fine. That's a good one.
all right, number 2.
Number 2.
Now, we're going to talk about The Simpsons. Now, The Simpsons is famous for predicting tons of stuff. I just put like one or...
I know The
just one
Simpsons a lot
here.
better than Family Guy.
Yeah, The Simpsons have predicted... I mean, it's ridiculous how many things that they predicted, but this is just one. In a season 10 episode, Homer is talking with Stephen Hawking. Oh! Hawking says that he may have to look into his idea of a... This was in the show. Hawking says to Homer, I may have to look in... I may
have to look into an idea. Oh, he's British. I may. It's same voice.
Not his voice. His voice is British. He may have to look into his idea of a donut-shaped universe. So, that was in season 10, which was like 1990 something. So, I guess Homer had referenced a donut-shaped universe. But in 2008, German scientists found evidence that the universe is finite and tubular, like a donut.
Huh.
So, it's pretty interesting.
Homer is a genius.
Who would have thunk it?
That's right. So, you guys ready for number 1?
Oh,
Number
boy.
1.
I usually am ready. Well, I was trying to make a horrible joke out of number 1 and number 2. It didn't work.
This is the one I was talking about. This is the one that's like creepy, like accurate. Okay. So, in 2001, let's see, anyway, The Lone Gunman is a television show that was on back in 2001. I never saw it. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Apparently, it's a spinoff from The X-Files. I don't know. In the pilot episode, features a plot about the government crashing a plane into the Twin Towers to start war in the Middle East. This was aired just a few months before 9/11.
What?
Yeah.
Weird.
And if you go online, you can actually watch a snippet of it, like of them talking about it. Like, oh, what are we going to do? Or we're going to crash planes in the Twin Towers, and we're going to make it look like some like radical group did it.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And this was just a few months before 9/11.
I can't believe there hasn't been more about that.
Well,
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
just months
like almost
before.
like they saw that and was like, ooh, that's a good idea.
So, I'll be honest, I absolutely love the conspiracies about 9/11. I don't believe
Right.
the majority of them. Some of them are, it's very difficult to explain, but
Right.
the majority of them are complete hokum and based in not even quite half facts. But I've never heard that before. I've never heard the
Oh, yeah?
airing of that show. How far in advance did it air before the event actually took place?
Like 6 months.
So that means it was aired like a year before it, or maybe 8 months to a year is when they aired it and
You mean when they
conceived
made it? When they made it.
Yeah, I meant to say made it. Yeah.
Oh, when they made
recorded
it? Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So like what? Like probably 6 months before that. So
Yeah, a
probably
year before the event?
Yeah.
Wow. So that means somebody just over a year had to sit down and write that script. So some writer somewhere in some room came up with this elaborate
We
idea.
should look up the name of the writer.
No kidding. I
Where's
wonder if
he from?
I wonder if the FBI has thought of that yet.
Right.
Probably.
They'll get it from listening to the show.
Listen to the Twisted 10.
Yep.
Yes.
That's gonna figure it all out.
So that's it. That's all the list I got for. I
Ah,
did find a bunch
good
more,
list.
but that's just the 10 I picked. So
So where's the twist?
No
I don't have
twist
a
this
twist.
week.
No twist this week, and I do apologize about that. But
That's all right.
yeah.
It's not a requirement. It's not the Twisted 10 with a twist. It's just the
Right.
Twisted 10.
The twist was no twist.
Now I've been mind fucked. I don't know what to do.
It's a paradox.
It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma. No, dude, good list. I enjoyed that. That was really good. So I kind of preference the, paranormal and weird side of science that can't be explained. I love that stuff. And
Right.
that really makes you wonder on some of those.
Indeed. I thought so. So,
Still want a tricorder.
yeah, now that I know what it is, they should make an app for that. So on that note, anything else? What do you got, Andrea? Anything?
Do you
I
want to
enjoyed it very
No,
much.
I'm
I
good.
lost my voice right when I thought, like, no,
take
She's dying.
the out of your mouth?
sorry.
Do you know what your next one's going to be, or what your next top 10 list is going to be? Do you want to tease it?
We may have a guest. So
Well, it might not be next week. Yeah.
I just found out I was going to do it.
All right. So you think of your list, and then when we have Jimmy in here next week, if he comes in, then you can tease.
Then
your
I can
show
tease
during
all
his.
three of you
can
guys
tease-
at once.
Yes, all three of us.
Ooh, I love
Just pick a good
teasing.
seat so we can all see.
All right, deal.
All right, cool. Well, anything else, Adam?
No, that's all I got.
All right,
Put out
so,
our email and everything.
Yeah. So if anybody has questions for the show or top 10 ideas or want to be a guest on the show, you can hit us up at thetwisted10@gmail.com. And also,
Our boy Ron just hit us up with an idea too on the website for the Twisted 10. So I'm going to work with you some off the show, and we'll hit up some ideas on website design.
oh, I gotcha. I'm just going to check the email because I haven't checked it in a while. Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Nothing in there. This show, by the way, this month is bigger than our other one, Tach. Our other show, which is the Living Podcariously.
Yeah.
This month is now outdone Living Podcariously.
Oh, wow. Nice.
That's pretty impressive.
Very cool. And we're also syndicated as well.
Yeah, thanks to John Sweeney with Podcast Radio Network. We're on there once a week with each one of our shows.
Indeed. So, anything else? You ready to get out of here?
Let's get out of here.
All right. Well, once again, my name is Tach.
I'm Adam,
And over there is Andrea
Hi.
playing with her cat.
playing with her pussy. Cat.
I wanted to keep it clean. So
Let's just talk about a cat.
I
Tach.
gotcha. Hey, I gotcha.
Her name is
Cat,
Kitty.
Cat, Tach.
Kitty?
Kitty.
Did you come up with that name?
Oh, she went to go play with Adam.
Kitty does rub me a lot.
Look at that.
What was that?
That was a tooth hitting me.
Yeah, you'll be
No
all
teeth,
right.
Kitty.
That's what I tell all my
All right,
girls.
we're going to go out on that.
All
All
right.
right, guys, have a good week. See you.
All good.
And another thing I apologize to is I'm getting over a cold. So,
That just makes your
Pshaw.
voice sexier.
oh yeah.
Ooh, I like
yeah.
it.
Deep
Oh,
and
yeah.
raspy and
Yeah.
Sexy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, got a boner.
Okay, so I do apologize. I'll be coughing a lot. So here we go.
That's all right.
So number 10 comes to us ironically, from Quantum Leap.
Ooh, I love that show.
Scott Bakula.
Indeed.
And what's the guy's name? He was just on another show I like to watch too. The dude that was inside the handset that would follow him around. Do you know who I'm talking about? I don't remember that guy's name. It's unimportant.
Are you talking about the guy, his name on the show, or the actor's name?
Yes, to both of them.
Oh. In the show, his name is Al.
Al, that's right.
So, but, Okay, so let's get into it. So, in an episode which aired on January 17th, 1990, we have, yet again,
Andrea Joy. It's my first time here.
Oh, well,
I'm excited to see what you guys have to offer me in the studio.
You need to do another list. You need to provide us another Twisted 10 list,
All
by
right,
the way.
I'll do another list.
All right.
I'll do it next week if you want me to.
Okay.
Oh, that's your turn.
Sweet.
I'll do it after Adam's turn.
That gives
we
me
also
two
have
more.
another guest might be coming in next week as well. So
Sweet.
Ooh.
Our boy Jimmy?
Yeah,
All right.
fine. Hopefully, if we can plan
Schedule.
it right. Yeah. So last week I gave you a little teaser.
Yes, you did.
And I said, what was it? The crystal ball.
Crystal Ball.
Wizard of Oz.
You figured it out. No.
Gypsies. The fair. The carnival. The fair. Ooh, I like this. Maybe we should start just trying to guess the teaser and see if we can get your top 10 list. Where else do you see crystal balls?
Psychics?
Crystal stores?
She's on her way.
Psychics.
Oh, the top 10 twisted professions that are hokum.
Pohokum?
Hokum is the word H-O, but I was going to say podunk, but
Pohokum. I like it, Pohokum.
No.
oh, damn.
Okay. Do you guys give up?
I
give
guess.
Okay. So this week's top 10 list is, well, I don't really have a title for it. So it's like when television and movies predict the future.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. I like it. So seeing into the crystal ball, seeing into the future.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's close to
So-
the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, so apparently some writers can predict the future, predict future events, and they write them into stories on television and movies, and they become true.
Sweet.
So I'll give you a little taste, starting with number 10.
Is there a twist in this at all?
No twist.
No
I
twist.
apologize.
Okay, that's all right.
D. Al mentions to Sam Scott Bakula, that he had just been watching Super Bowl 30, which wouldn't be played for another 6 years.
Okay.
In the TV show, Sam says he was watching the Pittsburgh Steelers play, and of course 6 years later, the Steelers did play in Super Bowl 30. And even more, Sam says that they were trailing by 3 points, and wouldn't you know it, they did trail by 3 points throughout most of the game.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So that's that. Nothing too exciting, but
Creepy.
these aren't in any particular
Al
order,
knows.
but some of them get a little much more coincidental and pretty shocking.
Huh. Okay.
So, number 9, moving on.
Number 9.
Number 9. AT&T did a series of commercials back in 93. They were called the You Will campaign.
The You Will?
Yeah, what they would do is, it was actually, I watched a few.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All 3 engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and lift off.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to The Twisted 10, bringing you original and unique, host-created top 10 lists, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida, with hosts Tach Van Sickle and Adam Poston.
And welcome to the Twisted 10. I am your Twisted host. My name is Twisted Tack. Across from me is...
You are Twisted Tack, that's for sure. Hey, I'm Adam.
And we also have a guest in here with us today, Adam. It is shockingly, surprisingly,